Dourif, who plays Wormtongue. So prosthetic-wise, we put a nose on him and gave him a wart.
Every morning you get up and Gino's got to put the prosthetic on, and every single time he made it completely disappear so that I couldn't tell where it ended and my face began.
And then we gave him a contact lens. So his right eye, which is really, really pale, like it's kind of a dead eye where it's lost all its pigment. And then what I did with the airbrush is I would go in with the airbrush and just very subtly paint in all these veins and stuff under his skin, just to make him look like he doesn't like the daylight at all, so he stays inside, so he's gotten very pale and kind of sickly looking skin. And in his wig, he had a couple of bald spots in the back here where he's got this eczema. And he's almost like Gollum. He's always scratching it, itching it.
The thing about Brad that I always felt incredibly guilty about was the fact we had to shave his eyebrows off.
The last time I went, it'd been like over a year since I'd done it. And, you know, my girlfriend saw me off, and away I went, flew down there, and all of a sudden I said, oh my God, I'm gonna have to shave my eyebrows. And I called her up and I said, darling, we kind of forgot about the eyebrow thing. Big silence. I hate them. We weren't allowed to have cameras, but we did. I didn't, but because I'm too much of a chicken, but other braver souls than me took pictures of the view from the top of Edoras, and they look at them and it's nothing compared to what it was like there. There's just no picture, there's not the movie, no one can compare with how beautiful that was.
Wormtongue spits!
Yeah, I got to spin on Beagles. Actually, it never really made it. It was so windy that you could see the spit would head toward his hand and make this sharp corner. It was really windy.
I've only ever served you, my lord.
Brad's very much a method actor. You know, he had to do this English accent, this sort of wormtonguish voice.
Oh, but this order doesn't come from me. It comes from the king.
And I never heard him talk in his real voice, ever, because he would just not get out of character. So he was basically Wormtongue. We were like having breakfast and lunch with Wormtongue.
That's a big 10-4. What was that, buddy?
I remember on the very last day of shooting, on the very last shot, when I said, okay, we've got it. And the first thing he said, he just completely converted into American accent. He said, I can talk American again. Thank God for that. And it was like, that was the first time I ever heard him talk like Brad.
I think Bernard said, I think he had the funnest remark. He said, it sounded like I had some really terrible, phony American accent that just sounded to him to be really awful. Thought I was sending it up.
Global phenomenon.
It was honestly outrageous.
Late in the hour. Lots fell I did.
Be silent and keep your crooked and your forked tongue behind your teeth. I did not pass through fire and death to bandy crooked words with a witless worm.
Stop. I told you to take the wizard's staff!
Go, Brett, run.
Late is the hour in which this conjurer chooses to appear. Last spell I name him. Ill news to you. I've only ever served you, my lord, as a faithful steward.
That's like a life thing, really, Edoras, because you never would sit in a place like that in the world. That place is now gone. You know, you can see pictures of it, but no one, I mean, you know, I had an opportunity to have an experience very few people can have. It was beautiful. Sitting in this place that with these thatch roofs and, you know, overlooking in this gorgeous valley that it was a fairy tale. And I just remember thinking, my God, you know, this is something extraordinary. I'll never forget this.